BTB Kicks here, and today we're going to be talking about how you can start your sneaker restoration business for $100 or less. And before we get into the video, like, comment, and subscribe, and let's do this. And to start things off, we have number 5, only buy the basic tools first. So when I say basic tools, I mean the brushes, towel, solution, and maybe like a small setup or some sort of drying method. Maybe you can use a house fan that you already own to start. That's the most basic setup you can have just to get the ball rolling and start getting the practice in. Especially, like, a lot of people ask me, oh, how do I get into sneaker restoration? What should I do? What should I buy? I have a whole separate video describing all the exact tools you would need at each level of sneaker restoration, whether it be beginner, intermediate, or pro level. But if you're just starting out and you're on a budget of $100 or less, I would definitely recommend just getting those basic 4 things. I say this is very basic to get. That's really all you need to start off, especially if you're going to be cleaning shoes like Air Force Ones or Jordan ones, like really basic shoes. Once we start to get more advanced, or at least deal with shoes that have multiple materials or suede or mesh or things of that nature, that's when you'll probably need to start getting more supplies. But just the basic stuff, I think it could be no more than 30, 40 bucks maybe. Like without the fan. The fan, I'm assuming you already have, but the actual brushes, towel, and solution, like a set of that should be no more than $30, $40. And in a personal way, I can kind of connect that to what I did when I first started out. First, I used what I had in my house, and obviously that wasn't working out too well. I decided to get an actual sneaker cleaning kit. So I used that for the longest, and I grew my skills from there. So it got me started, so I think it'd be perfect if you're brand new to it and you're on a budget. Moving on to number 4, clean your own shoes first. Before asking people to pay you, or before you even get clients, you definitely wanna show proof that you can get results. So the best way to do that without having to worry about messing anything up or making anyone mad is to practice on your own shoes. And that's exactly what I did when I first started. I used to practice on my Air Force Ones, my Adidas sneakers. They're all leather-based shoes, but then also as I started to upgrade my equipment, that's when I started doing the Yeezys, the Ultra Boosts, and like the knitted shoes. Then I went on to the suedes and all that other stuff that comes with sneaker restoration. It's honestly pretty easy and pretty good to just kind of take your time and get the feel for things, especially without a deadline too. So practicing on your own shoes is perfect for that. Along with that, you want to make sure you're recording content as well. So take just before and after pictures at least, and then you'll be able to post those up later so people can see your work, and then you can start to generate some buzz for your business. Number 3, offer discounted cleans. I can't say this enough. When I first started cleaning shoes, I did it honestly for free at first, but then when I started to get better, that's when I started asking for money. I remember starting off at $10 when I first started accepting money. And then as I started to get better and better and better, I started to increase it by $5 here and there. And you honestly want to start low because obviously you have to learn the craft first. And then you also want to keep it fairly low risk for the person who actually takes a chance on you and gives you their shoes, because you can't be charging an arm and a leg if you don't know what you're doing, and then you give them back trash results, because then they're going to be upset. So if it's a fairly low investment, like $10, $15 to start out while you're still getting your skills, people won't mind how they come out per se, as long as they look at least a little bit better than how they looked when they gave them to you. Or even if you just wanted to practice, they're not really gonna put up a fuss over $10 or $15 even if you mess up to an extent, because it's all practice. And assuming you're upfront with them saying like, hey, I'm just starting this business, I just need some clients, I'll do it for $10, $15. I mean, that's a perfect way to get more money for your business so you can reinvest, but also to get practice in and shoot content so then you can post and get even more people as you grow. Now, disclaimer, you do not want to be doing discounts forever. You still want to keep raising your prices as you get better and better at your craft, but definitely do not give out discounts forever, because you'll start to attract the customers you do not want, the cheapskates, the people who don't want to pay, well, people who don't want to realize your worth and pay you low forever. You obviously want to level up there, but also because you have to know your worth. As you level up, your prices level up too. Better at your craft, better service, just has to go up. The price has to go up. Moving on to number 2, post every result like it's a commercial. In the most basic sense, you just want to post everything that you do. So the more content you have, the bigger your portfolio is, the more attention you have, and you increase the likelihood of people seeing your content and bringing you shoes. So if you don't keep posting or post at all, nobody knows that you even exist, and nobody can see what you're actually capable of. So especially when you're starting out, you want to make sure you're consistent with your posting, whether it be posting before and after pictures, before and after videos, customer reactions, different interactions you may have, or tips and tricks on what you're learning and putting to use while doing your services. Those are a couple different video ideas that I kind of sprinkle around on all my content that I do nowadays or have done in the past, and I definitely think that'll help you. That's one thing that I really have been on lately too. It's just being consistent with posting and putting up as much high quality content as possible. So even if you don't have a lot of customer shoes right now, you can make videos on your own pairs. Or if you have, you know, a family member and you do it for free, you could honestly get their reaction before and after, you know, they give you the shoes and then they receive them back. It can be as simple as that. But as long as you're posting and showing a range of sneakers that you've worked on or have done, people can kind of start seeing your work and saying, hey, like, oh, I have that pair of shoes. He did a good job on those. Maybe I might check him out. And then they keep seeing you post over and over and over. And as you start to accumulate followers, that's when they realize, okay, I might not need shoes clean now, but I might need shoes clean in the future. But also some customers might see your post and say, oh, I actually need these clean. He did a good job. Let me come through to him. Let me hit him up. It's a combination of instant results to an extent, but also, you know, delayed. They'll come in later at a different point. And before we dive into number one, I want to tell you all about my Discord. I have a sneaker restoration Discord where I have sneaker restorers from all across the United States and even different countries come all together, and we talk about sneaker restoration and how to grow our businesses, advertise, different tips and tricks on how to clean certain shoes, and we just talk about the day-to-day. We also have weekly virtual calls where we all meet up, talk about our different issues, and strategize on how to do content and everything over the moon, honestly. The best part of it all is that we're all trying to help each other grow. We're all like-minded and professional, and all looking to help each other out and help each other grow. So if you're interested in joining the Discord, check that out in the description down below. Now to the most important topic of the video. Number one, get proof, then start charging accordingly. I know I probably touched on this a little bit in one of the other topics mentioned in the video, but this one is very important because as you start to increase your skill level in this craft, you can really start to see the profit come in and increase drastically. But you definitely do not want to sell yourself short. And that's one thing that I really did early on, where I was cleaning shoes, getting better, but I still didn't think I was worth charging higher amounts of money, and I didn't think people would actually pay for my work. Little did I know my work was excellent and people would pay honestly whatever for my work, 2 times, 3 times what I was charging at the time. And it really didn't hit me until after I had my shop. Honestly, and this is kind of ironic because it's like once I had all these bills to pay and realized how much it costs to keep the shop open, I had to up my prices and charge accordingly because, you know, I gotta survive too. And it's the same way with you all as well, depending on if you do this full-time, part-time. If you do good work, people will pay for it. Let me say that one more time. If you do good work, people will pay for it. You have to be consistent with your results. You have to show growth. You have to show great results. Now, I'm not saying you have to be perfect every single time, but that's what you want to probably strive for as best as you can. Not every shoe is going to be fixable, but you definitely want to make sure they're 1,000 times better than how they came into your possession. But that's pretty much it on this video. I hope you all enjoyed. I hope you all learned something, and I hope you all put these different tips to use when you start your businesses. Without further ado, like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you all in the next video.